He didn't finish in his club's top 10 in the best and fairest in 2021. But there is one player who is the key to Essendon's current list winning their 17th flag. Let's have a chat. Okay, so let's touch on the Bombers first. After Adam Saad, Joe Danaher and Orazio Fantasia were forced out by the club, or they left, depending on what story you want to believe, Essendon was supposed to be the dumpster fire after drafting Nick Cox, Archie Perkins and Zach Reed. The Bombers were meant to be no one had them in their 8, and Xavier Ellis predicted they'd finish last and has been copying and pasting on Twitter ever since, and it's still going to this day. Perhaps it's not a bad a take, as Ryan Daniels having Melbourne as his bottom place side, but we're here to talk about the Bombers. The fact that they finished 8th shows that not only is Ben Rutten the coach that Essendon thought he was going to be, their list profile is still immaculate, and the question needs to be asked, how can this club win a flag? It's not about winning a final, even though it is the best meme in the AFL today. They need to win a flag. That is what you play footy for. So how do they do it? Their back six looks really settled, and even after getting Jake Kelly, who is going to lock down on the forwards and open up Jordan Ridley even more, and potentially if they were playing a club that didn't have an array of tools, might even help Mason Redman open up as well, who had a really good year last year, whilst Jaden Laverde is still going to be applying his trade as a key back. The player that they need to go get, in my opinion, doesn't play down back, doesn't play in the midfield. They've got Zach Merritt, they've got Darcy Parish, they've got Andrew McGrath, they've got Jai Caldwell, they've got Archie Perkins who they want to put in there. Will Snelling can do midfield minutes, as we know, Jake Stringer can be the most explosive X-Factor midfielder in the game, just about. He does play forward, but he's not a small, like we said. Stringer, Snelling, Anthony McDonald, Tiffin Woody and Kyle Langford are more than handy half-forward, forward pocket types who can kick goals. Their problem is their tools. Peter Wright was nowhere in the elimination final, and apart from his 7-goal game against the Bulldogs, was he really that fantastic? Ponder that question. What if Essendon could come up with a package that would deliver them Gold Coast's Ben King? Now, there are reports that there are secret talks going on, although these haven't been touted as fact yet. But even if they aren't happening, or if they are, the point is Essendon do need Ben King. He is their missing link. Their midfield is good and has depth. Huge tick. Their defence looks so much settled, as I've touched on. They need a guy that can clunk grabs and kick goals. Ben King was in the shit fight that was Gold Coast last year and still kicked 47 goals. Yes, 47 goals. Unreal in a side that was not that good, but he didn't finish top 10 in the best and fairest, and there needs to be a reason on why. Now, Gold Coast won't really touch on it, and if you listen to the experts, it's only because he was the full forward who kicked 2 goals a game. But what else do you want a 200-centimetre man to do? He's an elite set shot kick. He's kicked 89 goals, 54 for his career. That is a huge tick. Much has been made of his brother Max's set shot goal kicking, which isn't fantastic, but Ben is a deadeye. They do not need him to do much more than attack the footy. Look at Ben Brown for Melbourne this year. Ben King is younger than Ben Brown. I would argue has better hands than Ben Brown. Ben needs a big run and jump, Brown that is. Whereas Ben King can be a bit more dynamic inside the 50. He can crash packs and be a one-on-one beast. If he has Darcy Parish, Andy McGrath and Zach Merritt delivering him the ball, amongst others, Nick Cox and Tom Cutler for example, they're going to be so much better off. Even Nick Hine streaming off a half-back flank is a beautiful kick of the footy. Look at the game he had against Hawthorn at Launceston for reference. Like I said, he can clunk them unbelievably well. He'll finish off his good work. He's going to take the best key back and lock them down as well. This Essendon list is preparing itself after the Fantasia, Sard and Danaher moves to move forward into the next wave of success. And why do they need to wait? That is a real question during these rebuilds. Why do you have to wait? Ben King is not old. It's not like Hawthorn going after 26-year-olds. Ben King was drafted in 2018. He fulfills a need. What would Essendon's weakness be bringing in Jake Kelly, which they already have, and bringing in Ben King? What would it be? It wouldn't be the key backs. Have you watched Mason Redman play football? Jaden Laverde was one of the most improved players in the game last year. It wouldn't be their rebounding defenders, Nick Hind and Jordan Ridley as stars. Dyson Heppel is a beautiful kick of the footy, and although he's not the best at pressure, Nick Hind can still pressure. Jake Kelly can still pressure. Dyson still has a role. They're outside runners. Zach Merritt, superstar. Don't care what you say. He's a superstar. Nick Cox is a young gun, and Tommy Cutler's back end of the season was not as bad as what even some Essendon supporters think. But even if Tom Cutler is not that wingman, what's stopping the Bombers from putting Dylan Shield on a wing if they even keep him at all? I said in my Jordan Dawson video that Dylan Shield should go to Port Adelaide and Essendon reap the rewards, and what they could get from Port Adelaide can go towards a Ben King package anyway. And if you're telling me that you can send Dylan Shield for Ben King, I know there'll be pieces around them, I'm taking that in a heartbeat. So what's the weakness? It can't be the half-forward depth we've already spoken about. Oh, what about a second tall forward? Richmond won a flag in 2017 with Jack Riewoldt as their tall and not a lot around him. Ben King and Peter Wright are more than capable of being the combination, and one of those two boys can take the forward 50 stoppages, so Sam Draper is out of the way. And I don't mean that disrespectfully. Look at how many times Max Gawn went behind the footy when things happened inside 50 for Melbourne this year. Essendon have got good depth, and they've got good youngsters. They can keep bringing them in, sure, but it might delay them. If they are having these secret talks with Gold Coast, I beg of them, please, go get Ben King, and in 2 years you can win a flag. Let this group gel together next year and break the hoodoo of the finals drought. And from there, go and win your 17th flag. Do it. Dear Adrian Dodoro, go get Ben King. All right, that is enough for today. Fingers crossed you guys enjoyed. Please drop a like. Please drop a share to anyone who loves their footy, especially if they love Essendon or Gold Coast fans. You can get mad at me as well. That is absolutely fine. Please subscribe. Please encourage everyone else to. It'd be really cool to build a good platform for intelligent footy conversation. And most of all, enjoy your day, and especially those that are in the eastern states. Stay safe, be good, and talk soon.